In this video, we're going to be installing a massive off-grid septic system. For 3 years now, we've been building our dream property here in North Idaho, complete with a giant off-grid power system, a barn-dominium home, and a shallow well that I dug myself. And over those 3 years, we've had a lot of creative ways of getting rid of our waste, but it's time to tackle that problem once and for all. In this video, I'm going to be calling in some backup from my friend Andrew, and we're going to attempt to excavate and install our own septic system, including dropping a 14,000-pound concrete tank into a 10-foot deep hole.
Look at that main fan.
And I just really hope that we pass our inspection. Good morning, everyone. Today should be a really exciting day. We've got a lot going on. We've got a dump truck full of gravel that's gonna be here any minute. There's gonna be some trees coming down, a big hole being dug, lots of excavation. Let's get started. There's not a lot of room up here right now. What do you think of the dump truck, Oliver? The team at 3C's Excavation got a very early start this morning, and here's the plan. We've got Bradley down here. He's cleaning up all the trees that Andrew pushed over late last night. Andrew's working on the pad. I'm gonna go get the chipper so we can keep this train rolling. And we're gonna have a septic by the end of the weekend. This thing sat all winter long without running, so we're about to see if it'll crank over. She's got oil. Full of coolant. Oh, fuel pump's on. No way. Yes! Next question is, will the truck start? All right. I think that means it's gonna be a good day. Look at all this grass that we have growing. It has been so unbelievably pretty this spring. All the hydro seeding and stuff that Courtney and I did last fall, like, grew a ton, and we've got green everywhere. The sun has been shining. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty up here. We just measured everything out and marked out where our drain field needs to go. And unfortunately, this big cedar tree that we're trying to save, it's gonna have to go. We're gonna be taking 2 cedar trees down today, so I am measuring them out into 12'4" sections that I'm gonna take over to Tyler so he can mill them into lumber for us. That way these trees don't go to waste. And everything that we can't turn into lumber, I'm having them deck up down here so we can turn it into firewood this fall. Bradley, how long have you worked in the woods? Been around?
Yeah, I've barely had a job in the city.
Living life in the woods.
Whatever we do, let's not mess that up. That's our control point. I want the top of the riser to end up at this elevation.
Got it. One of the biggest challenges with septic on this property is just that we don't have space. Despite having all this acreage, we live essentially on a rock, and for a septic to work correctly, there needs to be soil for the water in the leach field to soak into. And due to the limited space, we're gonna have to do an advanced system. We're doing a bed system with infiltrators. That's gonna require the least amount of physical space to get the square footage of absorption space that we need. What do you got there? So the septic tank is this 2,000-gallon concrete tank that's gonna have risers that stick up with a lid on it. We want those risers to end up even with the bottom of this tree. So we've got 2 feet for the risers, 5 feet for the tank, and another 1 foot for gravel, which means that we need to be 8 feet below the bottom of that tree. All right, Andrew, 2 hours of messing around with a tape measure. For how long is it gonna take you to dig this hole?
About an hour.
An hour. Timer starting now.
Hi.
I'm seeing you operate. I'm seeing you seeing me too. And I like all the ways you shake, and I can relate to the ways you move. So come on into my habitat, or we can meet up anywhere you choose. Anytime we can interact, I'll be down with that to connect to you. We got a good. We got a good connection. Got a good connection.
Yeah, I gotta go back into this bank a lot more too, Bradley.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Got a long ways to go.
Hi. Big boy.
All right, guys, welcome to Septic System at day 2. Andrew and Bradley worked late yesterday and they got the tank hole dug out. So we're all set now for the tank, which means we're moving on to the leach field. The leach field is going to be about a 1,000 square foot area down here that we're going to be placing infiltrators on. And so we need to excavate out 90 yards of material out of here so we can generate our fill that's going to go back on top of the infiltrators once they're in. The reason we're using this specialized system of an absorption bed with infiltrators is because we don't have enough surface area for a septic system on this hill. And this system is going to allow us for a reduction in area so that we can fit it on the space that we do have. So it's pretty important that we get this rock out of here. I don't think we've done a single project on this property where rock hasn't been a problem. I can literally feel the ground underneath me like pumping. You can just feel the whole thing go boom every time you hit the rock. Whoa! Yeah, that's a big one. I think there's a VW bus down there.
Little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete.
Woo! That was crazy. That's like a 6,000 pound boulder. We finally found grade, which means we were able to get deep enough. Now we just need to see if we can get enough area or if we're gonna have to shift our whole bed one way or the other to get around this rock.
That's red quartz.
So what does that mean? I'm rich?
Yeah,
Yeah,
could be.
maybe.
There's gold all over this country. There's all kinds of minerals in this country.
Who knows?
Yeah, somebody Google it.
Drop it in the comments below if you know what this is. On Am I Rich? Did we find gold? You're there. I am learning so much from Andrew on this job. When Courtney and I moved here, I had zero experience with excavation or equipment. We bought our mini excavator. I learned a lot just by doing it, but I've never had any formal training, and this is the first time I've ever worked around like a real professional. I think that the lesson that I'm taking away is, what do they say? Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. He's working meticulously to make sure that everything is on grade and smooth as we go along. He fixes little things as we go. He makes sure that every time he moves a bucket full of dirt, he's got a full bucket so that he's minimizing the number of movements he makes. Like, yeah, I'm just learning a lot. It's been a lot of fun. All right, it's my turn to run the machine. Andrew makes it look easy. I have a feeling it's not as easy as he makes it look, but we're about to find out. You got the AC on with your windows open? This bucket holds a lot of dirt. I'm gonna tip. Andrew said I'm gonna tip. Oh, blade down. This machine is roughly the same size as that Hitachi we bought last summer, a little bit bigger, but I immediately noticed that it is way faster and it feels like it's a lot stronger. This bucket is huge compared to the bucket that we have, and it just like seems to have no problem with digging. I'm having fun. I would pay to get to do this every day. Hey, where'd this rock come from? Well, better put it over here. Oh no, not my Ridge wallet. Hey, how does it only have one little dent in it? It's only a flesh wound. We'd like to thank the Ridge for sponsoring this video. Made of anodized aluminum, the Ridge wallet is lightweight, slim, and apparently very durable. It expands to have room for up to 12 cards, plus a place for cash. I've been using my Ridge wallet for almost a year now, and it's actually changed my life. My back was starting to hurt, and I thought it was just because I was getting old. The slim profile of my Ridge wallet allows me to put it into my front pocket instead of my back pocket, and now my back doesn't hurt anymore. Courtney, maybe that means I'm not getting old. The Ridge wallet can withstand harsh conditions and protect against digital thieves with the built-in RFID blocking technology. With a 99-day risk-free trial, if you aren't completely satisfied, you can send it back for a full refund. But with over 3 million customers and a lifetime warranty, I have a feeling that you're gonna love it. You can also upgrade your key storage and get rid of that annoying jingle with the Ridge key case. Their sleek packaging combined with over 30 colors and styles makes the Ridge the perfect gift. And the recent expansion of their women's line means that there is something for everyone. To upgrade your wallet game, head to ridge.com/ambition and use the code AMBITION for 10% off your order. Thanks again to Ridge for sponsoring this video and making at least one thing in my life indestructible.
Big thanks to Andrew for letting me run the excavator for a little while. He's gonna go ahead and finish out that leach field pad. Oliver and I are gonna go make some dinner, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Perfect right there. I'm letting Andrew know that this spot right here is exactly the grade. We've got the laser level set up over there. This receiver right here tells me if we need to go up or down based on the beeps. And basically we've just been going across this pad, starting in this back edge, working our way that way. Good. We are now done setting grade, and Andrew is making his way up and out of the hole.
Andy's little homestead style. Shout out to Andy.
If you want to know something about someone on YouTube, ask Andrew. I think he watches every channel in existence. All right, here we go. Down in the hole. You're good. Andrew, what's in your hand?
Shovel.
Do you know how to use that thing?
You're gonna use it.
You do know how to use that thing.
Don't tell me, but
We're gonna be using a 2,000 gallon concrete septic tank that weighs 14,000 pounds. And it's scheduled to be here bright and early tomorrow morning, which means we need to get this hole ready for our tank. Ah, dead four-wheeler. Yeah. Today is tank day. The truck that's delivering this tank is supposed to be set up to be able to drop it down in the hole, but the problem is that we're not sure if it's going to be able to make it over to our hole. So today's either gonna go really well, or we're gonna have a tank sitting right here on the ground.
Is that kind of like having concrete sitting down there?
It feels a lot like concrete day. The septic guy's here for our temporary poo tank, also known as the porta potty. 2 summers ago, we figured out that we could have a porta potty up here for just 80 bucks a month. They come service it weekly, and it has been a great solution to add a second bathroom to our place during the summertime when we have lots of visitors. Plus, then we don't have to teach our visitors how to burn their poo. If you want to learn more about how Courtney and I have been handling our waste for the past few years, I'll put a link to that video in the description below. While we wait for the tank, we're gonna start prepping the leach field site. We need to scarify this earth, so basically we need to scratch it up and rough it up so that we have more surface area of ground for the water to penetrate into. I'm feeling nervous. This is a small space, it's not as level as it looks, and it is a long ways down into this hole. Have you looked in here, Courtney? I just can't imagine a truck big enough to haul and drop a 14,000 pound tank off the back of it. Like, that's a big truck. And this is not very much room. Maybe rather than being skeptical, I should start feeling hopeful. I'm gonna start wishing it into existence. So yes, it's going to work. Yeah, I think it's every bit of 9 feet from here. How's that look? There we go. I am getting nervous. Like, I have that feeling in my stomach right now of just not knowing what's about to happen. Do you hear it? Oh my gosh, that truck is huge. Courtney, I've seen those trucks. I've seen them driving around empty and wondered what they were. Oh my gosh, our tank is here. So given the slope and the fact that there's that soil and that huge bank, there's a little bit of concern that if the tank got away from the truck, it would pull the truck down into the hole with it. So I'm gonna bring our excavator up here so that we have something to chain to as a big heavy weight to keep that truck from going down.
That thing can.
Remind me, how much does this tank weigh?
14,000 and change.
Oh my goodness. Hanging off the back of a truck. Dave, have you done this before?
I've been doing this for about 35 years.
I can tell. That was amazing.
Thank you.
That was insane. I didn't think it was gonna work. I'm gonna say it now that it worked. I thought we were gonna be trying to scramble to call a crane truck. I cannot believe that that worked.
That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. How did that truck even do that without flipping over? Andrew, how did that truck do that without flipping over?
You held it down.
Huge thanks to Dave and Jake for making this delivery happen. Next up is the drain field, which Dave and Andrew are already like halfway done with, so we better get out there. For this project, we're doing what's called an absorption bed. So we have a 1,000 square foot, perfectly flat area that now we're covering with these plastic things called infiltrators.
Like big Legos.
Traditionally, a leach field would use drain rock, which is a whole bunch of washed rock about the size of a baseball, which would create a whole bunch of voids for all that leach water to run into and eventually soak into the ground. We would have needed 18 truckloads of drain rock and somewhere to put all that drain rock before we placed it in. Instead, we're using these infiltrators, which we were able to haul up in the back of a pickup and then set into place. We don't have to use any drain rock in this system. Our native soil is gonna go right over the top as the backfill. It's just a big plastic thing. It's got air vents here on the side that are angled so that when we backfill it, the soil won't fill these things. And then they create this huge air pocket underneath where all of that leach water is able to run.
Today went way faster than expected. I fully expected us to have to mobilize a crane in here and get that tank in.
That is
We're
awesome.
4 hours ahead of schedule.
And the drain field's almost done. You can do the honors of the last one. All right.
With the tank in and the infiltrator set, it's time to connect everything now with the pipe. I chose to use deck screws to screw these together because these are the screws I had. Tank in and the leach field in, it's time to get the plumbing connected between the two. So here's how this works. All of our sewage comes into this tank. All of the solids like the poop and the toilet paper, they settle into the bottom, and then out of the top up here comes only the liquid off the top, which is mostly water with some other stuff in it too. It's gonna flow down this pipe, and into the leach field where it eventually gets soaked into the dirt and evaporated by the sun. So we've got our distribution manifold here that's going to split our single line coming in into 9 lines to go down each one of these leach fields. Our goal is to have this manifold perfectly level so that it evenly distributes all of that effluent across our entire leach field. By this point in the video, you're probably wondering, Riley, what have you been doing with your septic until now? And I have 2 answers to that. The first is that we use an incinerating toilet for all of our human waste. And the second is, well, we've tried all kinds of ideas for our gray water. Currently, this is our setup. Our gray water runs out the dryer vent through a hose into this tote where we then either have to haul this tote to town and dump it at the RV dump, or we can have the company that pumps out our porta potty pump this out. But none of that is ideal. It feels so good to finally be this close to being done. Our state inspection on this system is scheduled for this afternoon. Andrew spent yesterday getting all the rest of the plumbing connections sorted out. We have a few last minute touches to get done before the inspector shows up, and I just really, really hope that we pass our inspection. All right, well, that was the inspector. We have to re-excavate the one side, drop a D-box in, and change the elevation because he needs 24 inches of soil excavated over the entire thing, and over by that tree, he noted that we only had excavated like 6 or 7 inches. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not messing with me.
We're good to backfill. I got her good. Congratulations. You now have a stamped, approved, passed poo hole. Andrew, what's the plan?
Dirt on it.
All that time digging that giant hole, making everything perfect, getting it all level, all the grade. Now it's time to put all the dirt back.
You might have heard through the grapevine, good things in the pipeline. I came to make a move, better watch next what I'm gonna do. I know what I came for, I know what I'm made for. Now I'm at the front door, go tell all your friends.
The huge advantage of using these infiltrators over a more traditional drain rock and perforated pipe is that we were able to place them on native soil and backfill them with native soil, which means that we didn't have to haul any rock up here for this job. We were able to just use all of the native soil that we excavated and then put it right back. It saved us a ton of money in trucking and buying rock.
This feels like deja vu. I just got back from the moon. We better make space.
Look at the size of the boulder that came out of here. It is quite literally taller than me. Honestly, it turned out way better than I ever expected this would, but our plan is to have kind of a parking spot right here. The tank is right here, and then over the leach field here, we're planning on planting a big old giant lawn so that we have a nice place to play on the grass with Oliver. The next step in this project is going to be the plumbing from the tank back up to the house, and you're not going to want to miss it, so please make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.